Welcome back to the Human Challenge, where we explore all the human challenges in today's world, the challenges of being human, and how we can challenge ourselves to be more human for the greater good. I'm your host, Vanessa Ferlano, and you will remember this familiar face. I am a Moroccan-Yemeni artist from Berlin. She was here, what was it, maybe 10 episodes in, and gave us the whole life story and everything. And today we get a nice update and a lovely visit from this beautiful face, this beautiful
You,
hair.
you are. My dear, how are you?
I'm so good. How are you? I'm so happy to see you. And I'm so happy all the stuff that you're doing. Every time I see you're like, new release, pre-order this. I'm like, yeah.
Oh my God, oh my God. Thank you for saying it. It's a lot. It's a lot these days to keep on pushing. But I'm trying my best. I always say no one will do it for me. So thanks for seeing it.
No, I appreciate that so much. And actually, I remember it's just coming up for me now when you had posted something about being an artist, and I reshared it because it just really like resonated with me, and it was like, I think it was the thing about moving away from likes, right? Like as an artist, we can't be defining ourselves by the likes that we have and stuff. And I remember that one actually, and I was like,
Yes.
yes, I really felt that one.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's because I don't have this like amount of likes, so I'm just like frustrated or but I think like for me this is kind of like I can't anymore think about myself with how much likes I have or how much content I need to produce. Like why I cannot just make music? So,
No,
like
I
it becomes so
I totally
complicated.
No, it's true. It's like it's like if you it's like I'm an artist, not a content machine. Leave me alone. You know what I mean?
For real. Also, just to create the music takes time, and then you need to think about artwork, then another artwork, and then Atmos mix, and this, and content social media. And now, like, oh, you heard there is a new platform. No, I don't want no new platform, please.
No, it's a lot. I feel that too. I definitely feel that too. And yeah, I was at a point for a while where I was just like, this is enough. I need to just kind of do what I want for me because it's a lot. And all those algorithms, like you certainly have to present yourself a certain way if you want the algorithms to pick it up. And I'm just like, I'm not an algorithm. Please leave me alone.
Yeah, and whoever will find me will find me. What can I say? Like, it is what it is.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that. But I remember that and I remember resharing it on my stories because I thought it just really resonated with me. And I was like, yes, yes, I is speaking truth once again, like she always does in all of her magical music. I'm super pumped about your live album coming up because I think the last time you were on the show, you were telling us about that show that you were going to be doing, and now you're releasing the live album of that show, I think, right?
Absolutely. Yes, exactly this. You got this.
Yes. I'm
Exactly, it
super
was
excited.
exactly this. It was such a crazy show. I think, or just after I did it, I realized what happened that night. And yeah, I'm lucky we managed to capture it. We didn't have a lot of budget, so it was with 3 cameras in a huge space with 14 players and dancers and acrobats and everything. And yeah, and we documented it. And then I said I didn't have the budget to kind of like edit it. Okay, now what I'm doing it with it, I need to mix like 14 channels, if not more. um, and you need time, professionals and everything. So I did it like really, really, really slow. I edited a film of 1 hour like by myself, and then like a friend editor kind of took it and finalized it, and mixing was like 6 months, like a long process. Then I wanted to do kind of like a vinyl,
Mm.
to print it so I can sell it in different kind of shows and people can have something, with them. I think it's cute. And now I'm waiting. It's the first time I did the vinyl process. Like no one teaches you this. No. I still have no idea how it will look. I'm just waiting for it and already put like a pre-order when I don't even know like how it looks. Imagine it comes like completely not what I want. Anyway, long story short, this is the show. It's amazing. It's from 14 musicians and acrobats and dancers and like 34 nationalities. It was a big celebration of us, like people of the world. And yeah, now I have it as a memory because since then, shit went down. you know? But at least I have this, all the time to kind of like go back to it and remember.
I'm very excited about it, and I remember being very excited about that show. And I remember I was gonna fly down for that show all the way from
Yeah,
Canada. Like I
was
seriously
free
considered
there.
it, but then I know last minute I couldn't make it. But
Right.
I mean, I'm excited for that album, and I will myself be putting in a pre-order because wait, I don't have a record player, so I might
I
I'll
must
have
say,
it just to collect.
whoever gonna click pre-order and actually go for it, it's a bit pricey, but I just want you to know that it's calculated in a way that it like will make sense compared to the amount of money that was invested in this project. It's not just the studio, not just, but it's not the studio album that it's kind of like easier process. It was really so. If it's a bit pricey, I'm really sorry. I I'm trying it this way. If I will see, with time, I will see it's too much. So I will find a way to kind of like reduce a bit so everyone can hear it. And if you cannot afford it, just send me an email on my website. I'm talking to the people of the world. Just send me an email and we'll find a way.
Oh, that is so thoughtful of you. But I mean, for me, it's like a collectible, it's a memento. Like I don't even have a record player, but I mean, it's nice to have
Hey,
the vinyls because it's just like, yeah, I think it's more about the symbolism of it. So I think it's amazing. But that's so thoughtful and kind of you as an independent artist to
just
offer that and be so supportive of everyone.
thank you, my dear.
Um, what how many tracks are on the album
On the
or the vinyl?
album, on the vinyl, it's different. So it comes like in three elements. You have the digital that is going to be on Spotify, Apple Music, all these kind of channels that we're not getting paid on. So this will be like for free, like 13 tracks, everything. And then we have the Dolby Atmos version that is kind of like 3D sound. It's immersive sound. Um, you have also 13 tracks in this mix. And then on the vinyl, because we didn't have enough space, you need to have around, I don't know if you know, but like I didn't know that, but there is like limitation of how long it can be on each side
Right.
to
Yeah.
sound good. So I had to cut a few songs. So I think it's 10 songs. And I even like reordered a bit and I kind of wanted, when I'm listening to vinyls, I'm not listening a lot, but when I'm listening, I like to have, one side. One day I'm listening to this side, and one day I'm feeling like this side, So I kind of reorder it in a way like one side is more uplifting, and one side is more, if you woke up with this today. So the vinyl actually kind of like playful. I'm excited about it.
That's awesome. I'm very excited about it too. I really think it's going to be so good. And I mean, I've already listened to all your other music, and it's just like I've told you, it literally stops me. Like I actually have to stop and be like, let me just appreciate this music for what it is because
Oh,
it's
I
just
love.
it's so great. What
There's
else do you have?
also a film. There is also a film. It's an hour film that basically like it's a little bit behind the scene, a little bit with how we did it because it was a long process and independent. So I wanted to kind of like share like how we did it, who are the people behind this magic. And so there's like a little bit interview, the show, the full show, and a little bit behind the scene. And this will be released on my Patreon. So I think I will put it around like, I don't know, 50 cent or euro per view, just like kind of like as well. And on YouTube, I'm gonna release few tracks as full length. But if you will be interested in more, then you can go to the Patreon and kind of like support the process.
So that's going to be of the show that you did as well.
Yes, this is
Wow.
including the whole concert, but also a little bit behind how the process actually came to life.
Wow, that's very cool.
Yeah,
That's very, very cool. When is that happening? When is that dropping?
this in February.
Okay, good.
This in
So we all have
February.
lots of time. We have
Yes,
lots of
yes,
time to buy your album, to listen to the tracks, and then in February we'll be able to see the whole thing. So we got lots of time.
yes, yes, yes. And I'll prepare some new music for sure.
Ah, okay. So is that what else? So that's also on the go then. So you're like recording or you're writing new music.
Yeah, I mean, in this kind of times, some people freeze and some people, like what just come out. I'm very thankful that I can just like take all my feelings and put them out quite fast. And yeah, I'm writing a lot. I lost my best friend. And the whole, since October 7, everything that happened in my hometown, that Israel, Palestine. So, all of it, changed completely, every little part of me. And yeah, it takes a lot of energy just to be worried so much for the people you love, or for the future, for the world. So yeah, I'm trying to kind of like keep on writing as much as I can, building slowly this album that I'm now trying to get funds for it. That will be the whole topic of memento mori and the grief and kind of like life and death and the little, tension there. And yeah, I'm learning a lot, learning and unlearning, and I want to do kind of like it's very ambitious album. I want to do I'm laughing because like lately when I did the interviews for the film, so I realized that my team think I'm crazy, and it made me laugh because I interviewed them and I'm like, why did you take the job? Like Via, I understood that Via is crazy. She just has crazy ideas. It's always have to be like big. So that was a nice realization to understand that, like, yeah, I'm working differently. So it's very ambitious idea of like string quartet or even 8 strings and a piano, and kind of like bring, more like the sound of my landscape, more like the things that I grew with, like Kulthum and different kind of um bring the Arabic world more like into my center
Mhm.
and the rhythms, and yeah, and tell the story.
And has that been, I guess, just kind of helpful for you in this whole process and this whole journey?
I feel like it was the only thing that kept me kind of breathing. I think like I'm feeling deep pain and heartaches, and that like, and also I think like a lot of my Middle Eastern sisters from all over the Middle East, like I think we're sharing the same pain and generational trauma, and there's not much to do with it. Um, So I feel on the one hand very lucky that I can do it. On the other hand, it's like what to do with it. I really hope it will sound like, I really believe that art can change the world, and it's definitely, but it's also scary, just scary to be out there right now, to be judged, I feel like there's a lot of people not really understanding why I'm out there on the socials, smiling and releasing, yeah, but it's kind of this kind of, you have to keep on going. You have to keep on going, and that's what I learned through a lot of years of being in war situation, like in war, and all, yeah, like like at least I tried a lot, and I felt a lot of time there is this kind of like massive wall,
Mhm.
and yeah, so I just try to be there for from the people I love, and to just listen. Just listen. And whoever can't do the same for me, I'm trying to be with compassion, but also I don't have to be close to everyone, and kind of like make sure around me there are people that also sensitive towards what I'm experiencing, and understanding that it's only in 10 years we probably will understand what's really, it's historical moment, so to also treat it with respect, and Yeah, I'm kind of lost a little bit what I wanted to say, but yeah, I'm happy I have music. I hope I will get super fast the fun so I can just lock myself in the studio and do what I feel. But yeah, I hope it will change something and we'll get to the right ears, you know.
I hear you, and I do believe, I think that art and music really does change the world, and I know that sounds sometimes like a very fluffy kind of statement, but it's true, I think that it is a form of expression, but it's a form of communicating with people. It's a form of like sharing in how everybody's feeling, and so I 100% agree with that. And I know there are a lot of artists whose work really touches me in that same way, and the way that your music does. Like it always feels very, like it's very real. You know what I mean? And you can always really feel that and know that there's something so much greater happening behind that. Behind just like a piece of music. There's a whole story there, and there's a whole experience that's there, and that I believe can be, transferred just through listening and engaging and playing music, and all forms of art, and it is where a lot of change I see that happens in communities as well, and just bringing people together, but also honoring culture and stories and all those things. And so I think I 100% agree with you on that. And I also hope you get your funds because I want to hear some new music. So.
I also hope, and really, like a lot of people support me these days, so it's really amazing to be surrounded by amazing people and team members, and yeah, I really hope, what I just like to create, like, timeless music that will pass with generations, and these stories that we are writing about. This is the, I have a little bit of like chills, but this is like what stays,
Mhm.
This will be the voice for all those stories, that like easily are on the newspaper and then a minute after they're gone. With music, you can really capture it, give it life, endless
Mm,
life, for all
yeah.
the ones that are not with us anymore.
Yeah. Thanks so much for sharing that.
Thank you.
You mentioned your friend who passed away.
He died from epileptic attack.
Oh, oh,
But definitely because since October 7, the pressure was higher,
right.
was experiencing
Oh,
more and more attacks, that he died in his own bed.
oh,
I think it's influencing on everyone, like now I went to quick story. I went to take a dress for the event I'm doing on Thursday, like this release party. I found it so embarrassing to smile and party, but I'm sorry. So I went to take a dress, and yeah, I asked the designer, like, what's the inspiration? And she told me the inspiration is actually October 7, because her best friend, she's a German designer, and her best friend is a German designer too. And she went to visit the family of her friend, and yeah, she died. She got murdered on October 7, and this is like, she's not Jewish or she's not Palestinian. She's, it touches so many people. The dress is kind of like, it's white with a lot of drips of pink, and and when it's dark, it looks like blood. So it's
okay.
very interesting, how in different art fields you translate the trauma and you create something out of it. Yeah. So I'm excited to wear this and have these emotions on the day.
Yeah. Yeah. That's yeah. I mean, it's like I want to be excited, but then I'm also, reading the context of the story, and I'm like, I need to balance this because I'm very excited about your release party. But I mean, I also do honor this story here that you're sharing, and
Absolutely, absolutely.
wow,
This
just
is this
wow,
is this is a crazy time. That's what's crazy about it. 1 second you talk about this, 1 second you talk about something horrible, and it's kind of feel like, you're
yeah,
schizophrenia, like just like not regulated.
right.
Um, but this is exactly how we're supposed to feel.
And I guess just to close off, how do you find that balance between, these different states of having to be?
I think I'm trying to get updated about the situation from people and less from social media.
Mm.
That's what I found very triggering. Not like, I'm this kind of person when it's written like sensitive content. I'm the one who press immediately, not like moving on. So, but still, it's a lot to handle on a daily basis. So I'm trying to kind of like more have safe moments with my Middle Eastern sisters, and we speak each one of us about what she's going through or family over there, and that's how I get my updates. That's helped me to regulate my emotions. Um, a lot of meditations that I found hard to do by myself, so I'm doing it with other people.
Mm.
A lot of circles of support, eating and drinking water, a lot of drink water and tea. That's it. Like just because the anxiety is 100% all the time. So it's just like about yeah.
Yeah. Really good. And just like creating that feeling of safety, right? Whether it's like, through food and tea, or it's just through support groups and friendships. And I think that's all very important. So thank you so much for sharing that. And
Thank you,
I'm sure
Vanessa,
a
for
lot
this.
of us are doing a lot of the same things, as well as we kind of navigate just this like, I don't even know, just just this weird way of living, right? Of just being okay, and then you're not, and then what's happening. Yeah, and it is just this regulation is like the polite way, I think, or a very like, grounded way to say it, because it's just it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But I did also appreciate your point about just kind of honoring that it's like that is how we're supposed to feel in a way, right? Like this is very traumatic, and we are this is kind of the way we have to feel. It's just this bouncing back and forth, and it's not easy, and we can find our balance in all these ways that you describe. But I think the point of also honoring that is also really nice too. It just takes the pressure off.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are wondering, at least around me, like why they feel this way. Like, it's so weird. It's so weird. And I'm like, this is not weird. Like,
Yeah.
it's not weird that we are human beings. We are part of nature. We are part of this whole thing. Like, we feel in everything. Like, if we're tapping into it, right? Like, we can avoid everything and live our life as something else. But as soon as you start to be connected, you start to feel the reality is heartbreaking.
Thank you so much for
Thank
sharing that.
you.
And thank you for coming on the show, and I'll share all your links to your pre-order, to the CD, or to the album, and then have a great time at your release party. I'm sure I will look for updates on that.
I will
on,
need to hug you one time for real.
soon, 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 soon. We'll get there. I'll get to Berlin soon.
Waiting for you.
Awesome. All right, I'll be there. Thanks so
Thank you,
much.
Melissa, for your support.
Of course.
Bye.